Continuing the theme of Waffle Colts captains in the studio, Lucas Santich is here from Subiaco. Thanks to our friends at Pegs. Welcome to 157th episode.
Super stoked to be on. Been waiting a bit for it. Excited to have a chat with you boys. Been a listener for a while, so yeah, stoked to have a chat.
It's been a while in the making. We couldn't quite lock it in on the usual recording day, but we're here just before training as well. So
class, very class. Well, you say it's just before training, but it is also rumoured that you only just got back from Mandurah after the weekend with the long trek down the highway. But in all seriousness, what do you do with a game down in Mandurah? Obviously, the early start plus the hour travel.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. A bit different this year. Last year I drove down in the morning. I left home at like 5:30 or something, I think. So it's a pretty early one. But stayed down there with a mate on Friday night. Was pretty relaxed in the Arvo. Went out for dinner and stuff. Was pretty chill. Got to stay up a little bit later. Didn't have to go to bed at 9:30 and get up at 5. So yeah, it was good. Pretty nice trip down there. Got to have a walk on the beach before the game and that. So yeah, it was nice.
Take the time.
I remember last year, I think Finn Henderson told me that like he stays the night down there, and I thought it's a pretty smart idea. Like 9:15 start, and you guys have to be obviously there quite a while before the game. You've had some Arvo games this year, but first night game of the season this Friday. So how are you approaching that? Some will be at school during the day, work, etc. So it can't really be the same preparation, can it?
Yeah, very different for a lot of us. I know personally I've got the day off, so I'll be sitting at home relaxing, which is pretty good. But yeah, it's not too different to how you normally prepare, I guess. You can still eat and drink the way you want, whether you're at school, work or whatever. So I know a few of the boys will try have the day off and that way sneak it through with their parents, which will be handy. But no, I think all the boys just excited to play under lights. Shouldn't change the preparation too much.
Do you want that though? Like I feel like you'd just be waiting around all day.
I personally don't mind it too much. It's pretty easy to just get out of the house and do things like go for a walk, stuff like that. You can find things to do that don't take too much energy. So I mean, I'm pretty good with that. I like to go for a walk before every game. So me personally, I don't mind it. I'm not sure how others feel about it, but I do know one of the boys has an exam, I'm pretty sure, that Arvo, so we'll see how he goes with it, but yeah, should be sweet.
How the hell have you guys not had a night game yet? I swear just about every Colts team that has a ground with lights.
Oh yeah, it was like
night games.
I saw West Perth when they got their lights done up last year. They were playing a night game like every week, and they've still played a lot of night games this year. So
same with Perth.
Yeah, we've been waiting a while to get under the lights, but we're stoked. Hopefully get a good result. But just super keen to see the lights and hopefully get a light show.
Yeah, I reckon it's well because there was a night game that Subi League played against West Coast. Probably can't have it before or after, and then you guys played.
Well, that was at Lathlane anyway.
Yeah, you guys played against West Perth before the league as well. So, yeah.
Good lights at Leaderville. Very impressed.
And you guys must be motivated. You've seen Claremont have been able to be beaten as well. So must give you some confidence.
Yeah, it's very different this year. Normally you look at them and they're well ahead of everyone. But yeah, we have seen other teams can beat them, and we've hit a bit of form ourselves. So we're excited. Win this one, and we're in a super good spot. So I mean, we're just looking at the task ahead of us, and hopefully we can get it done. We always back ourselves and always will. So we'll do our normal prep, and yeah, hopefully get the job done on Friday night.
Now you guys have exceeded expectations this year because people like the man on my left gave you no hope this year, said you'd be absolutely struggling, but you're only sitting a win outside of the top 5, and as a lot of people know, it's very, very tight. So that could fire you up to the very pointy end of the ladder with one win.
Yeah, I did hear that comment from Ethan at the start of the year. But no, we back ourselves, and with how even the competition is this year as well, we know no matter how many games you lose, you're never out of it. The comp's so even. We see every game as an opportunity, and we've had an opportunity every week this year, and we keep taking them, with two hands, and hopefully we can do the same this week and win. We put ourselves in a good spot. We're not focused on too far ahead, but we have had a bit of a look at the position it puts us in. So hopefully, take that opportunity and get it done.
How's the standard of the competition, you reckon? Because this is your third year, really.
Yeah, it's the tightest one yet. I think that's pretty obvious as well. You could see it at the start of the year, like Claremont have been getting beaten. The expectations on us weren't too high as I feel they normally are, but we know within ourselves that we can get the job done, and we'll keep backing ourselves, as I said.
there were 4 Subi boys in the state summer squad. Now there's just 2 in the 18 squad for the championship. So from a selfish point of view, has that helped with a developing side to have that continuity? Because there's probably players who are not there as well outside of that who could be in there.
Yeah, you know, the talent in this year's age group is very strong. I think everyone knows that. Obviously a few boys disappointed to miss out on the state side, but at the end of the day, like, we're just playing footy to have fun. That's sort of the way, you know, I look at it, and a few other boys do. It has helped having, you know, pretty much a full group playing each week. Obviously missing Hud on Wesley is a bit of a hole, but you know, I think we have the talent that we can put out a very competitive team each week, and it has made us a lot closer together.
Watch Subi through the state champs. Watch it.
Yep.
They'll be rising up. Now, we had Jacob Donald on last week, South Freo's captain, and he said he's never captained a footy side before, but you've always had leadership roles down at Kingsway and whatnot. How much of a natural progression would you say it was stepping up to being the leader of a Colts footy side?
It probably hasn't changed anything too much for me. Like, I feel like leadership's just something that comes natural to me, and it's something that no matter whether I'm the captain or not the captain, I'll still like the same. I still, you know, just want to make it a fun environment for everyone. You know, obviously you want to win games and that, but it's also about going down to training and having to kick around with your mates for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I personally, I don't know about others, but there's not much stuff that sounds more fun than that to me. So making a fun environment, but also doing our best together, going to work together, yeah.
I quote John Mansbridge, who said, "You're a good talker, a good motivator, and doesn't let anyone go outside into separate groups." So is that part of it, that you've kind of always just done that, not making a conscious effort just because you're captain now?
Yeah, I mean, John did say you tend to see like these sort of clicky groups, but there's not a bloke in this squad this year that I wouldn't go and have a coffee with in the morning or something like that. We're all good mates with each other. Obviously, you got your small groups, but it's not like when we're at training, it's not you see 7 different groups. You know, in the warm-up and stuff, we're all together. Everyone talks to everyone, so it's really good. Definitely probably the tightest group that I've seen in my 3 years at Colts.
You'd have to be across like the futures though as well, like guys coming up.
Yeah, so we've had I think close to 10 come up, and they're all fitting in pretty well. Everyone's getting around them, so yeah, it's good to see some fresh faces coming up. Yeah, so they fit in pretty well.
You even, I guess one thing that Jacob Donald I don't think did as South captain is do a photo shoot for the city of Wanneroo when you were 12, which we wasn't really a photo shoot. It was just a photo for an article. But yeah, that's I guess one thing in the public eye. Now, personally, you played state 16s in 2023. In that side, they won 2 out of the 3 games in the champs. You played 3 Colts games in a side that made finals that year as well. How do you look back on that year? And I guess obviously sense of pride making the state 16s then, but are there any mixed feelings missing out on the state 18s now?
Yeah, like that was obviously an awesome year for me, like super successful. Obviously we had a good futures campaign and then made the state squad, which was an unreal experience to train like at that standard. Like it's something I'll always be grateful for, and it was an awesome time. And then obviously to go and make my Colts debut later that year, which I had absolutely no idea would happen, to be honest. Like, I got put in the training squad for Thursday night, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then I wasn't actually meant to play that week, but then I got a call while I was at school from John, and he told me I'll be making my debut, which was awesome. Something I probably would change about mostly the state program was just adding that fun bit to it, like not going to every training worrying about whether I'm going to get a game or not. Like it probably took the fun out of it for me because I was just worried about, am I doing things right, am I going to play, blah blah blah. So if I had to look back in it, it just have fun. And the same thing missing out on 18s this year. Like obviously I was hoping to be there, but I'm just playing for fun. Like I just want to enjoy it. Obviously making a career out of football would be ideal, but I don't want to take the fun out of the game for myself. I just want to go have a run around with mates. Obviously be competitive still. But, when else do I get to run around and play sport with mates? So just adding the fun back into it for me in 16s probably would have, helped me go a long way. And that's what I'm doing now. And I'm, having the best time of my life playing footy currently. So, yeah. It
was quite intense then, like for 16 years old. Guys wouldn't even be 16 yet as well. Like to walk into that. Just going back on what you said about John, can you remember what subject you were in at school and he called you? Or was it before or after?
I was in careers and he sent me a message first and I'm like, he didn't say I was playing, but he said, give me a call. And then I went and had a sneak on the Waffle website and saw my name on the bench. So I kind of spoiled it for myself a bit. But I was in careers.
Nice. And then just before Bray asks the next question, like you talk about the fun, do you reckon you took that into 2024? So interesting because it's like the year after state 16s, the year before most people are playing 18s. You came runner-up in Subiaco's best and fairest in the Colts. So do you think that fun was like instilled back into it? In what's like a in-between year, I guess, is maybe a way to describe it.
In the first half of the year, like you'll see my form was nowhere near as good as the back half. At the start of the year, I was probably thinking about it a lot, and then in the second half, I sort of just came to a point where I'm like, why don't I just put the fun back into it, just go and play my game. And we were winning games as well, which helped me, right? Like, I might not be playing my best footy, but we're winning games, and then in the second half of the year, I hit some pretty good forms. So that was good for me and my confidence, and yeah, just having fun with it. And then, we made a pretty good run into finals. Obviously fell a bit short, but definitely in the second half of last year, I hit sort of a realisation point and then just started having fun again, which is when I hit my best footy.
Do you find that you need to enjoy it and have fun to perform at your highest potential level?
I think me personally, yeah, like take away all the pressure and stuff you sort of put on yourself. It's like, I probably, not in a bad way, but try not to worry about, I'm not looking, am I going to have 25?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to go out there, play my role, and especially being a winger as well, like play your role, and that's when, things start to come to you and you start to play a better footy. So, yeah.
Bit of a lighter side now. This stuff will definitely come up in the Q&As later on, but we'll cut to the chase now because part of a Subi tradition is obviously, the captains wear number 1 when you captain. But we didn't know it was also bleaching your hair as well. a nice little new tradition, you could say, there for Subi. So please explain.
There's no reasoning really. I just kind of went for it. I'd probably regret it if I didn't do it. Sorry. So yeah, I'm like one night I just went and did it. And yeah, I'm kind of sticking with it for a bit. We'll see where my hair ends up.
What was the reaction when your teammates saw, like, I'm assuming they saw it before you told anyone, or did you try and keep it under wraps?
I kept it a little bit under wraps, and then I just sent a photo with bleach in my hair, and they've all gone, what the hell is going on? My mum wasn't too stoked, but the boys loved it. John, I don't know what John described me as. It probably wasn't something too nice, but he wasn't too over the moon with it, but yeah.
Well, you're not alone, I guess.
A lot of people are done.
Yeah. Now, first year out of school as well, so what's happening with work, etc., and the balance of filling in your time outside of footy?
So I was working full-time at Spud Shed for 6 or 7 months, made a good chunk of money, and then, to be honest, I've worked 4 days with Dad in the last 2 months, so it's been a pretty relaxed period of life for me. Starting to get back into work a bit more now, but I just needed a bit of time off. I was so full-on since school finished. It was pretty hard going to work for 9 hours a day and then going to training and stuff after that, so just sort of took a bit of time off, fill out my days doing stuff I wanted to, and then slowly, I'll ease back into work. But it's been pretty fun not working. Yeah.
It is nice. Goals for the rest of 2025? I know I probably have a bit of belief, but can you guys make September?
Yeah, I think we definitely can. After, round 4 when we were 0-3, we had a pretty open and honest chat between our leadership group and then the whole group after that, and we said, especially for me, this is my last year at Colts footy, like I don't want to just let this season go to waste. So we spoke about just driving the standards and getting the best out of us, and that's won 3 of our last 4, I think, which has been so good. And there's a lot of internal belief as well. Like, external belief probably isn't there as much, but between us, we know we can do it. Yeah.
I suppose you mentioned there last year of Colts footy. Does that mean you're determined to push up to seniors? Because I guess technically you could play Colts next year as an overager. And I know Subiaco traditionally don't really do that. They try and push people up.
Yeah. So hopefully for me, I'll be able to push into the senior program. I haven't really thought about playing Colts again, to be honest, but whatever happens, I guess. We'll see next year. To be honest, mostly focused just on getting the best out of the group this year. Yeah,
1 week at a time, as they say.
Push into September and go against the haters.
I'm not a hater. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, you're a Subi man through and through.
Yeah,
realistically. Instagram Q&As. Kick us off with Owen Capes _ Tell us about your state baseball background.
I never actually played state baseball, but our team made it through to a national tournament a few times.
Basically state.
Yeah, pretty much. My brother is a gun baseballer though. He's home at the moment, but he spent the last year or so over in college in America. Me personally, baseball didn't work out, but I chose footy obviously, and I wouldn't change that decision.
Lane Murphy asked Lucas about how he likes spending a Saturday night at Daisy's /hippie. I did see you there once, actually.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Last time I would have went.
Nah, just a bit of fun. Post game, obviously, it's normal, I feel, to go and enjoy Saturday night every now and then. So, yeah.
Could be Friday this week.
Probably not, no. probably go home and go to bed.
Get ready for the state champs the next day to support some
get
Subiaco
around
teammates.
boys.
Yeah.
Harry _ Guildford 6. Why don't you see elephants hiding in trees?
I don't know what to say to that one. I can't say I've heard that before.
Billy McAvoy. Shout out to Billy. I know he's been waiting for this. People say that Billy McAvoy has had a big influence on your life. What do you think of him?
Nah, no good after he ditched Kingsway for Wanneroo. If you asked me a few weeks ago, the answer might have been a bit different. But nah, he's a good fella, good mates with him. But since he moved to Wanneroo, a bit dodgy. So
as a captain mid-season as well.
Yeah, sure you won't want that one getting out.
That's a big move, is it not? Wanneroo, well, Kingsway to Wanneroo.
Yeah,
they haven't won a game in over 1,000
Which one's Kingsway?
What do you mean?
Was it the A grade side?
Yeah,
A grade.
I always get confused between Kingsway and Kingsley. Why I'd have two suburbs?
Yeah, no, don't ask anyone from Kingsway what they think of Billy at the moment.
Riz Crane, hammers or grabs? Grabes.
I don't know about that one. I don't think I can answer that.
We'll go to Darcy Montgomery. Do you feel like you suit the Darcy Montgomery hair colour?
He copied me, I reckon. Nah, I think I do suit it. He's a pretty big fan of it too, so yeah.
This next one could be a skip, but if you wanna ask,
no, we'll skip. That'll go out, I reckon, post recording. Dwayne.
This one could as well.
Dwayne Ryder. Ask him what Dwayne Ryder's. Ask him what's Dwayne Ryder's type.
I think they're a bit older, to be honest. Yeah, he's a different character as well. That kid
loves a flip. A celebration.
That's probably one of the better questions he could have asked. Could see that going anywhere.
Billy McAvoy again. Whatever happened to the pink and blue Adidas?
Footy boots?
Footy boots. Yeah. I think the ones I used to wear, these blue and pink Adidas's. I think they were cheap boots, like $130. I think I wore them for about 3 years. They're probably my favourite pair I've ever owned. So yeah, but moving on to the Tiempos now.
Yep. Linko 2288. More of a statement than a question, but get a new lid, he reckons.
He tries to claim that I've got the worst bleach lid going around, but his is 200 times worse.
So he's got a bleach lid as well.
He used to, not anymore, and he doesn't have it anymore for a reason.
Right.
Ross Knight, _. Who is the best player you've ever played with at junior level?
He'll hate me if I don't say him, so I'll go Ross Knight. But yeah, played with some guns back at juniors.
Any big names?
I don't think so. There's been a few Sue boys like Josh Martin, Jason Oliver, Jackson Durham playing at Sue at the moment, but nah, I don't think too many.
Tobias.Young, 5. Who is the funniest bloke at Subi?
It's a pretty good competition between him and Dwayne. The two small forwards, they're both hilarious figures.
They must just chat shit in the forward pocket when when
the ball's not down there. Just chatting to each other. Yeah, they definitely do. I wouldn't be surprised.
Tobias.Young, 5. Is it true Lucas missed a recovery session because he slept in?
No, it's not true. That's rumour going around. But I had a breakfast that morning for Mother's Day. They like to complain about it, but nah, not true. Denying that one.
Ant _Croupy. What's your favourite animal?
A lion, obviously. Yeah.
A lion,
yeah.
Nice.
Tyson _Chapman 08. When are you coaching Ashdale to return them to their former glory of winning an Eagles Cup?
Might have to head back to my roots one day down at school. I heard they're struggling a little bit this year, so I might jump in next year and give them some tips. We'll see.
Where's Ashdale?
That's my school, so it's in Darch. Probably never heard of it.
Right near Kingsway.
Down your alley. That's not my alley.
I tell a lot of people I go to Ashdale and they just give me weird stares. I'm like, yeah, that's what most people do.
All right. Underscored Riley Hay underscored. Favourite midfielder to play with?
Got to think hard about this one. He's going to be gutted. I'm not saying him, but playing with Toby Jones is pretty fun. He's a very good footballer, so I'll go Toby Jones.
Kobe Lacroix. Explain the Santich Shuey tradition at graduation.
So when my brother graduated in, I think, 2020, got a Carlton Zero and got up in front of the whole school and did a Shuey. And then last year graduation, I wasn't going to do it because they said I'll get in trouble if I do it. But a girl a few seats over had a bottle of water. Well, I just passed the year, so I poured up a Shuey and done it in front of the whole school, and then got some pretty stern stares from the deputies and stuff. But no, it's all fun and games. I'd be gutted if I didn't do it. So yeah.
Well, you can't get in trouble when you're leaving the school.
Oh, that's the way I sort of went about it.
Valid. Ryden.Ray, favourite backseat clap member.
Shout out to backseat claps. A few of the boys from footy. Definitely not Ryden. I'll go Lucas Blair. He's pretty funny in that group chat. Yeah.
Fraser Rickson, tell us about your Year 7 grand final.
I had a pretty like rough time in juniors with finals and stuff. Year 7 we went down to Fraser and his Sereno boys. In a year that we were never meant to even make the grand final, we finished 4th and somehow scraped our way in there. So we were just stoked to be there that day, really. And then got caught with star eyes watching them tear us up.
Was there a margin?
Oh, I'd say close to 10 goals. I don't remember it too much, but it wasn't too pretty.
Brady Lamont, how do you spend your weekends? Obviously playing football on a Saturday morning and daisies and hippie on a Saturday night. Yeah, well, not every week. Sometimes ends up that way, but it is pretty standard. Footy on Saturday. Sometimes go out on a Saturday night, or else beach on Sunday morning for recovery, and then just watch footy all weekend. It's kind of the way I try to do it. Yeah.
Ross Knight again, best AFL team in Wise at Fremantle.
Fremantle 100%. We're both very, very good Fremantle supporters, me and him. We love to have a chat about him. So, in good form at the moment, in good nick. So, looking forward.
I'll leave you to it.
Maybe wouldn't have been able to say that a couple of weeks ago. But
definitely not. But pretty solid run home after the bye. So, we'll see where we go this year.
That's all the Freo chat.
You never want to get your hopes up, to be honest. As we've always said.
Yeah.
Ross Knight again. Why do you look like Phil Foden?
I got that a bit like growing up through high school. I remember I was at Subi training once. I think I was underage at Futures, and I was sitting on the bike, and then one of the Colts boys yells out to me. He's like, "Are you Phil Foden?" I'm like, "What?" That guy had just run a little bit. So, yeah.
Ross Knight, thoughts on West Brom?
They just appointed a new coach this morning. Good on them. They're struggling in the championship at the moment, but I hope for his sake and his family's sake that they get promoted to the Prem soon.
So you're just supporting his family's club?
Pretty much. Yeah. Don't have too much interest in West Brom,
Well, Wes Wally, who was the glorious man that gave you your only goal last year?
Not my only goal, just quite. I think I kicked 3 last year. But Wes set me up on one of them, which was handy. Yeah, I don't kick goal too often, but I'm pretty happy with it when I do. So it was good to kick a few.
Just on him, I remember watching you a round 1 game against East Perth, and I feel like, would you agree in the Colts? He's not really a small forward, hey? He's more of a key forward.
He's massive.
But the thing is, he moves like a small, but he's so good aerially. Yeah, he's a great player.
I think it was round 1 I was watching on the stream. Ethan was at the game, and I was like, there was obviously all the hype around him coming into the year, and I was just watching it on the stream, and he just looks so much bigger than everyone else.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy, and kicking to him's good because you put it like anywhere around here, whether it's on the ground or up there, he's going to get there. Yeah. So I love kicking the footy to him.
And Goffey 6000, what type of hat do you like to wear?
Visor. Yep, visor's my favourite hat by a long way. I've been asking for a Subi visor for about 4 years now, and then finally got one in this pre-season. So it's been good.
It's a long time to wait, considering just about all of the girls at the,
Well,
the female program.
they always had women's on them, so they wouldn't let us wear them, and then they just they made
Still
them.
the club.
Yeah.
Any late ones?
No, there is, but we've kind of touched on
Some
it.
inappropriate ones.
It's just more shout-out ones, really. Tobias Young, 5, can't get enough sending more in, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, got asked for a few shout-outs, but...
Shall we move to the quiz?
Yeah.
Quiz. Obviously, 10 questions, 14 points. I'm assuming you know how it rolls.
Yeah. We'll go for it. Not sure how I'll go.
All right. Max Donnelly up top, number 13, the City of Vincent rival, and the Colts. Will Cassidy 12, Jacob Donald 11 last week, Luca Grego 11, Liam Haskett 9, Matt Spores 8. Question number 1: what is your height and weight on the Waffle website?
Is it 178 and 70?
71.
Oh.
Half a point.
Half a point. Haven't had half a point this
No,
year.
we haven't.
So, yeah. Question number 2. From your 7 Colts games this season, how many times have you had 20-plus disposals?
3?
Correct.
Great. There was 119 in there, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I was
It's
like,
always a bit confusing.
I
It gets
think-
updated a couple of days
I think
later.
me, Ethan, and Drizzy had a conversation a couple of weeks ago after one of the Subi games, and we were like, no, I think the highest disposal getter was like 22 disposals.
It's always been like that
And
for us.
everyone at Subi was just even spread.
Yeah, like even last year it was very similar. Like no one. I think the last time we had a 30 disposal game was Berkey in like round 2 last year or something. So yeah.
it's not like other clubs like Sam Swadley getting 40 from that.
Blake Kelly racking up 30.
Yeah.
All right, we are 1.5 from 2. Question number 3. This puts you on Subi's third on Subi's leading possession getters this season. The teammate above you in second has just one more disposal. Who is that?
Is it Dill Prance?
Incorrect.
Right, and Ray Anthony's.
Is Prancey first or
No. Jones.
on 2 less games as well? That's not bad effort.
119 to 118, so
It's tight.
yeah, it is very tight. So we're still
1.5.
1.5. Question number 4. You had the highest amount of ranking points or fantasy points on the ground versus Peel on the weekend, despite Darcy Montgomery's 5-goal haul. How many ranking points was this?
For me or Darcy?
No, for you. So you had the
95,
highest. Yeah,
hey?
correct.
Yeah.
And he had 93.
How has he not got 95 points after kicking 5? Must have given away a lot of free
He
kicks.
didn't have as many disposals.
Like he must have lost. I'm pretty sure.
5-2, I think, as well.
I think who was it? Someone in the AFL kicked like 3 or 4 goals, and they were already on like 80 points in the first half. Don't know
Yeah.
who it was, but still 5 goals and not above 95 is
That's a
mind-blowing.
point,
I was
correct?
a bit surprised, yeah.
So what are we? 2.5 from 4.
Yeah.
Question number 5. This weekend's win, or
Last
the weekend's win, was the biggest win that the Subi Colts have had since round 7, 2024. Who was that opponent on that day?
Safro.
Correct.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Oh, I played,
Remember?
so yeah. I
Remember
remember,
a big win?
yeah, we had a pretty
Yeah.
handy day, yep.
Well,
3.5.
The amount of disposals you had in that game against South Freo is the exact same number of disposals you had in your Colts debut, round 16, 2023 versus East Perth. What's the number?
10?
Correct.
And I'm assuming you remember that because it was your debut?
Yeah.
What's
I
that?
was just hoping to touch it that day, to be honest.
4.5 from 6.
Yep.
Question number 7. Out of 10 teams in the 2023 Under-16s Championships, where did WA finish on the ladder?
They were second, hey?
WA?
Oh, wait. Out of 10 teams, that includes Pool.
GWS.
Oh,
Brisbane? That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Gee.
And Sydney and
I think I was second in Pool
GWS.
A. I'll go fourth.
close.
On percentage, yeah. Well, yeah, because second to fifth is all done on percentage, same point. So very tight, but
I love how they do the 16s.
Yeah, 10 teams.
Just scrap the academy sides. Just make it the states, and then you've got states instead of allies and everyone else.
Yeah.
What's still 4 from 4?
4.5.
So 4.5.
Yeah.
Question number 8. The amount of goals and behinds you've kicked in your Colts career are the exact same. What is it?
5.
Correct. 5.5. Correct.
Question number 9. The amount of free kicks received and given away this year personally are the same. What's the number?
I reckon it's 2 or 3. I read 2. I don't remember giving away too many.
Yeah, correct.
It's very low.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a winger, so I try to avoid the
Outside.
contacts. Yeah, you can't give away free kicks when you don't
Is
touch
that-
anyone.
6.5.
Yep.
Question number 10.
So 5 points.
Now, I'm wondering, I walked into the studio and I wondered why on earth does Ethan have the footy
But
budget?
it's not this one, by the way.
Okay.
This just
Well,
happens
this
to be
is a
with
footy
me.
budget question.
It is. So in the footy budget for this week's game versus Claremont, how many listed teammates are older than you by birthday? And I want to see if it's the same as this week's one, but
Previously.
yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest, excluding overages. So, I think we had 2 overages, so I'll go 2.
Incorrect. It's 4 we have.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
just trying to see if it's the same on here. But I have it on my computer anyway. What's it? I'm assuming it's right. So yeah, you're obviously born very early, January. So Toby Jones is born in 06. Jackson Durham born 06.
So it's pretty much just anyone-
Thomas Dobson born 06.
Anyone in 06.
Yeah.
There was another one.
Who was that one?
Oh yeah, Ollie,
Yeah.
06.
We only 2 of them played last
Yeah.
weekend, so yeah.
It's not correct there.
No, it's not. Which means
That's why we put in.
that 3 points.
Yeah, so you're within. That was for 5 points if you got it bang on. 4 points within 3. 3 within.
4 points then.
Yeah, 4 points.
So what does that take us to?
10.5.
10.5. Yeah, 10.5.
Which yeah, which
It's nicely set.
Not bad.
first and a half or 0.5.
Yeah, there was always one. You put it in the wrong spot as well, by the way.
Still double digits. It's what you strive for.
Yeah, don't mind that. Happy with that.
The 10 is the pass score for the quiz.
Ah, there we go.
It's very, very popular to get on 10.
And the questions you knew were, you couldn't have been more confident.
Yeah.
in knowing them.
I'm a big stat reader, so yeah.
Like you said, you're a footy lover, love to watch footy.
Yeah.
Which means you probably love to look at your own stats when they're provided.
Yeah, how long
yeah,
after the game are we talking, you reckon, average before
Oh,
the phone comes up?
after we like John speaks to us, probably like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone the way I go about those, everyone goes to the showers and stuff straight away. You got 20 blokes trying to get in the shower, so just sit down and go on my phone for a little bit, and then I'll go have a shower once everyone's out. So yeah, normally get in pretty early.
Do you reckon anyone counts their stats?
During the game?
Or like just
Oh, God,
knows after? Like,
People that don't get a lot of the footy like myself, you can count them on one hand.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
but it's
you
more
sort of
like-
have a decent gauge. Like, you kind of know a similar range. I can't say I've ever sat there and been like, oh, I've only had 3 touches, but nah, I don't know. Maybe some people do.
Yeah.
Clearly. All right, well, that just about wraps things up. It is all, of course, thanks to Pegs. The time of recording, it's a Wednesday. So, Lucas, all the best on Friday night. This will be out by the time this game's already done, but all the best on Friday night, and hopefully you can prove the critics wrong.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Make finals at the end of the year.
And Claremont, their 3rd or 4th loss in a month.
Yeah,
Good
that'll
luck.
be good. Never beat them in Colts before. I've had some
Big.
pretty dark days against them, so yeah, hopefully we can turn it around this week.
Yeah, all the best.
It'll be the good luck charm.
Yeah, hopefully.